tuberculosis. And still ahead, as RSV cases spike in the U.S., thousands of vaccines are now going to be expedited for release. CNN Newsroom continues after this break.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Mad Dog Russo. Hear the passion.
Be aggressive. Get something done.
Hear the knowledge.
The game, folks, is about two players, and that's what it comes down to.
Hear the personality.
I'm going to start here in an angry mood. Got somebody on the radio!
That has made him a sports talk legend.
Does that make any sense to you? Guys are crazy.
It's Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo. Weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the Sirius XM app. To avoid digital threats, turn on NordVPN. It's rated X.
November 19th. West Big Interval Road or Phillips Mountain Lookoff Road. The second part. One of those machines with the shredder has been through here. Anyway, it's got to be done, I guess.
Black Friday sale, you'll save 35%. So why did I choose Enviro Cleanse over all the others? Because Enviro Cleanse is
And it's men who are losing their collective, you know what, in Congress rather than the women.
I'm glad you're talking about the women because you actually cite a really important study that I want to read for folks from 2019 at Georgetown University. 1 in 8 Americans, about 12%, still think women are quote-unquote less emotionally suited to run for political office. And then a Pew Research study finding 58% of respondents think showing emotion hurts a woman's chances of getting elected compared to 33% for men. In fact, nearly the same percentage think it would actually help men to show more emotion. And yet, this narrative still exists in which people think women are too emotional to hold office. Why is that, especially with what we're seeing in this current climate?
I mean, sexism reigns supreme. We're in a patriarchal society.
What's that?
Unfortunately, we've even seen that played out within the Democratic Party, where you had someone like Hillary
Hawk
Clinton
or something.
running for president
Whatever that
twice,
was.
and
Anyway,
her
there's
emotions
the
were called into question multiple times
view.
over. But even for someone like Joe
Very
Biden,
nice.
he's emotional when he speaks about the losses that he's had in his life, his emotional trauma. That's a net positive for him. So it really kind of defies party, it defies partisanship, and
That's
it's across the board. It's
look
just
off
sexism
right there.
at its best, where
Anyway, you can see the church down there.
It's at its basic form. A woman is emotional before she's logical. A man's logical before he's emotional. And if he can show both, that's a win. But if she shows one, that's all she'll ever be. And unfortunately, again, we're seeing that play out despite the fact that men are ready to throw fisticuffs in Congress right now. We're still going to have to talk about how women may or may not be too emotional to be in positions of power.
You actually write that the former president might be the best example of these overly emotional men that are serving in public office.
I mean, absolutely. They cited an insurrection because they don't give participation trophies for losing a presidency. He sends unhinged social media posts all day, every day, as if it is his full-time job, inciting rhetoric from, past dictators. president candidate, and here we are again. And we're probably going to have to talk again about how
Whoops.
we're throwing 2-year-old with his hand on the proverbial red again.
Okay. All right.
Be incapable of doing this job if I wasn't glass half full. So I am hopeful, but yes, it's definitely disheartening to think that so much of the population just doesn't think that we'll ever have a woman as a president. I'll be looking forward to the day when they have to say that they were wrong.
Oh, no, Kevin Moore, thank you. We've got a lot more coming up, folks. You're one. Second hour starts right now.
Oh. Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Yasmin Masugian. If you're just joining us, welcome. If you're sticking with us, we are thankful for that. We're following this breaking news out of Israel. The IDF releasing new video and claims shows that Hamas has been using Al-Shifa Hospital as a command center to carry out attacks. We're going to have a live report on that in just a moment. We're also tracking the latest on a potential hostage deal